Hello, and welcome to day 3 of the Posts That Convert Challenge. So, yesterday I had you write out some kick-ass, high-converting titles for your posts. Today, we're going to write the actual body of your post, or the story. So for today, I want you to pick one of the 4 stories that we brainstormed from day 1. So you had 2 inspirational stories and 2 crazy wacky stories. For the sake of this challenge right now, today I want you to pick one of them. And I want you to write it out, tell the story as if you're telling a friend about it over text message or Facebook Messenger. Now, when you're writing this, I want you to think about how you would talk to a friend when you're typing this out to them, right? So you're usually going to keep your sentences really short, really choppy, and to the point, right? You're not going to blab on. You're not really going to give a backstory. I know some people do, but you probably aren't going to give a backstory. You're just going to get right to the point, right to the main part of the story. So start with, if you're getting right to the point, again, you're not giving the backstory. You're going to start your story with saying, the craziest thing just happened to me, ... and then just tell the story like right from the climax of the story. Or you might start it with, yesterday while I was walking to Starbucks, ... Or you could start with, when I was at my new boyfriend's place last week, you're not going to believe what happened to me, ... Right? You're getting right into the main part of the story right away. Again, you're just starting right with the climax of the story. You're not giving, who is it and what were you doing beforehand and what were you thinking about. Nobody has time to read that, especially when you're writing, an inspiration or a story like this where you're talking about yourself, right? So you want to keep, when you're writing this, you want to keep your sentences, the actual sentence on your post really short. So you don't want more than 2 sentences per line. Sometimes I'll do 1 sentence in a line or just a couple of words just to emphasize that story. And it's the same way I would talk, right? So I would say, the craziest thing just happened to me. I was at my boyfriend's place and I got a text message from so-and-so. Next line, you're not going to believe what it said. Next line, getting back into the story. You might even structure this as an actual conversation, right? So you could say, craziest thing just happened to me. I overheard these 2 people talking at Starbucks. A said whatever, B said blah, blah, blah. This made me think ... And then you can continue your story from there. So remember, for this entire story, for the whole post, or there's going to be other parts of the post, but for the actual story part of the post, you don't want it to be more than 1 or 2 paragraphs. And remember that a paragraph shouldn't be more than 5 sentences. Okay, so we're not writing a novel here. We're just entertaining in the moment and trying to get them to the bottom of the post where you're going to promote or ask them to engage with you. When you're writing, I want you to use sensory words whenever possible. Okay, so if you can talk about how you felt in that moment, what you saw, what you were smelling, what you hear, what you taste. I want you to get really graphic with this experience. And when you first write it out, yes, the main part's going to be short, but when you first write it out, you can get really graphic with it and just kind of describe it and then shorten it after and get it down to that 1 or 2 paragraph limit. Okay? So again, this might be easier for you if you're texting it. If you get your phone out, get your notepad, or you can text it to a friend, or if you have another phone, you can text it, right? And that'll just keep it really short compared to when you have a blank screen in front of you and you're typing. It's gonna, you're gonna go on forever, and you're try to entertain and go back and forth and I felt this in that moment, and nobody wants to hear that. Nobody has time for that. The only time a post should be really long, and you're gonna see some people, they'll write their inspirational posts and they're like when you click to read the post, it opens in a new page, right? Because it's just so damn long. Nobody wants to read that in a story post. The only time a post should be really long like that is if you're giving actionable steps, right? So 5 steps to increase your landing page conversions, or 5 steps to get your first high-end client, whatever it is. That's the only time it should be long, and that's because it's broken up into actionable sections, right? Nobody wants to read a really long story, so keep it really short, okay? So your tasks for today are 1, for the sake of this challenge, I only want you to choose 1 story, but I recommend that you do this for all 4 stories, because at the end of the week, or when you start promoting next week and actually posting these in groups, you're going to have all your content for the week done. right? So if you have the time, I highly recommend that you do it for all 4 stories. Okay. So the second thing I want you to do is keep engaging with people in the Facebook groups. Even if it's just liking posts or doing a little short comment like great job or I love this or something like that, just keep engaging. Spend 15 minutes a day just going in that group and engaging as much as you can in 15 minutes or a couple groups, and then get out, right? And that's just going to build up your Facebook engagement score so that your posts actually get noticed next week and every day after that. Okay, the third thing you need to do is do your mindset work every day. This needs to be a priority for you. Even if you need to skip the gym to do it, well, you shouldn't skip the gym. That should be a priority as well, but I think your mindset is number one. Okay, so make sure you're visualizing every day, at least 2 minutes. The law of attraction takes, I believe it's a minute and a half scientifically to start to take effect, right? So at least 2 minutes, visualize your goal coming to you, visualize it as if you already have it, and then journal at the end of the day. You need to do this stuff. This is going to make it so much easier when you're making money, when you're setting goals. It just comes to you so much faster. I promise you, it's worth it. Take that extra, 10, 15 minutes a day to do that. Convert, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.